we do have Coach Randy Edsall from UConn on the line, so we can go to Coach Edsall now. Coach, Huskies are 1-6 overall, 0-4 in the American. They were in action this past Saturday against Houston. Houston won the game 24-17. Huskies will make the short road trip to Amherst, Massachusetts this Saturday to face UMass. That game will be at 3:30 Eastern on Nesson. Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the call, for joining us a few minutes early. Can you just get your thoughts on the game against Houston, please, and what you expect to see as you make the short trip up to Amherst to face UMass?
Well, I thought we played better against Houston on Saturday. Played better defensively and offensively. I thought we did some good things. We had opportunities that to score more points, and we just missed out on those on some throws and some critical blocks. But again, we gave ourselves an opportunity to win and came up a little bit short, and now we prepare to go up to play UMass right up the road. And big thing for us is to eliminate some of those errors that we had last week and continue to get better and continue to develop all these players, and most especially all these young guys that we're playing.
We'll take questions for Coach Randy Edsall, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue, then the operator will introduce you. Coach, I'll start with the questions then. It seemed in the game against Houston, as you said, the guys were in pretty good position to make some plays there. It looked like there's some good calls that just didn't get executed maybe the way they should, whether it's an open guy getting missed or a little too much on a throw that could have, maybe the mustard could have come off a little bit. Is it just a simple case of repetition and experience that'll you think will help fix that issue?
Yeah, I just think that Jack's a freshman. He's only he hasn't played in a lot of games. It's really like his third start and really first full game, second full game of playing as a starter, completing the whole game. And there's some things that we just have to work on with him. He throws a really good ball. He's got a strong arm, but on some of the touch passes, he's got to learn not to throw such a flat ball. He's got to put a little bit more air under it and let those guys run underneath it. And I think that just comes from experience. He wants to do well. He's coachable. There's times during the game I told him there was opportunities to run the ball, and he kind of waited to throw it. And then as the game went on, he ran the ball a couple times and was advantageous for us. So he's a very coachable kid. He's only going to get better. And another thing that really hurt us, we had 6 penalties in the game, and those penalties hurt us. We would have had first and goal on the 6 in one of the opening drives, in one of the early drives, and we had a holding penalty that brought it back because we just didn't use good fundamentals and technique. We had a legal procedure where we would have had the ball first and goal on the 17, and then we get set back, and then we end up throwing an interception on that drive, and they take it down and get it on the plus 30, and then had a couple other ones that hurt us even on defense when we had them backed up a little bit on a second down play and got a holding call, because again, and that's the big thing for us. We just got to keep getting these kids better fundamentally in technique, but no, I thought our offensive staff did a good job with the game plan, and now we got to execute it at a higher level.
And then just looking ahead to Saturday's game against UMass, obviously a team that's had just gone through a coaching transition, trying to find their way a little bit. What do you see out of the Minutemen as you head up on the road this week?
Well, they're a very fast, up-tempo team that tries to put pressure on you from a defensive standpoint with how quickly they get lined up and run plays, and very multiple on defense. So again, what we need to do, we know who they're going to be and what they do. But what we've got to do is we've got to focus on who we are and get better at what we do. And if we do that, then we'll be okay. And that was the case in point last week. We knew what Houston was going to do, but we just didn't go out and execute to the level that we needed to. But we're going to have to do that again this week, and got to do that every week.
Coach, we'll take another swipe for questions for Coach Edsall, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad, if so. Coach, we'll get you off a little early this week. Thanks so much for joining us as always, and look forward to talking to you next Monday.
Appreciate it.
Okay.